Where are you watching from, Tigers fans? Let's dive into some tough news that's hitting the Detroit Tigers hard. The organization delivered a grim update on star center fielder Parker Meadows. Just last week, Meadows suffered a frightening injury after colliding with teammate Riley Greene. Initially placed on the 15-day injured list with what was reported as a concussion and a broken arm, the Tigers have now moved him to the 60-day IL. This decision signifies a troubling reality. The likelihood of Meadows returning this season is diminishing, and it forces the team to re-evaluate their plans for the outfield. Manager Hinch expressed hope that Meadows could return this year, but his tone suggested uncertainty. This isn't just a minor setback. It's a significant blow to the team's outfield depth. Meadows was not just a player. He was a critical part of the Tigers lineup, slashing .250, .308, .333, and contributing a 0.4 WAR in just 12 games. His elite defensive skills were a cornerstone of the team's strategy, and losing him puts Detroit in a precarious position. With Meadows out, the Tigers must pivot quickly. They have some capable players ready to step up, such as Winseel Perez, who is turning heads with his performances. However, this isn't just about filling a spot. It's about maintaining competitive integrity in a season that has seen its fair share of ups and downs. Meadows was on track for a solid campaign, and his absence will reverberate through the lineup. Some fans may have their eyes on the potential call-up of top prospect Cole Clark, who is absolutely dominating in AAA. However, the Tigers have made it clear that they want to see more from him before making that leap. It's a cautious approach, and while it's grounded in the desire for development, it raises questions. When will the team decide that Clark is ready to seize the center field position? Until then, the outfield will likely resemble a revolving door. Javier Baez, despite his struggles this season, could find himself filling in its center, particularly with Kevin McGonigle showing promise. The organization has depth, but it's a matter of how well these options can hold the line in the face of adversity. Hinch has built a reputation as one of the most creative managers in baseball, and this challenge will certainly test that creativity. He'll need to strategically mix and match players to keep the team competitive while they navigate this injury crisis. As we watch this situation unfold, the hope is that Meadows will recover well. But for now, the Tigers must focus on immediate solutions. The stakes are high, and every game counts as they aim to stay in the race. Now, let's turn our attention to the next crucial development impacting the Tigers. The Detroit Tigers have made a strategic move that could shift the balance in the American League. Over the weekend, the Tigers claimed right-hander Grant Holman off waiver from the Los Angeles Dodgers, a decision that could bolster their pitching depth while simultaneously undermining one of their fiercest competitors for that coveted World Series title. In a calculated maneuver to bring Holman into the fold, the Tigers moved infielder Trey Sweeney to the 60-day injured list, creating the necessary roster space. It's a tough break for Sweeney, but this is about fortifying the team's pitching arsenal, especially as the long MLB season wears on and injuries become inevitable. Right now, Holman has been optioned to the Florida Complex League to get him ramped up, but make no mistake, this is a player with significant potential who could find himself in Toledo before we know it. Holman's journey has been anything but straightforward. He spent his formative years in the athletics organization, but saw his stock fluctuate dramatically over the past year. After being designated for assignment, he was quickly picked up by the Arizona Diamondbacks in February. However, after not making their opening day roster, he found himself with the Dodgers, where he again failed to secure a spot in their bullpen. This kind of roller coaster can be tough on any young player, but at just 25 years old, Holman still possesses plenty of upside. Statistically, he's shown flashes of promise. 40 MLB games under his belt with a 4.66 ERA over 38.2 innings and a more encouraging 3.00 ERA in 100 minor league appearances. These numbers indicate that while he may not have been consistent at the highest level yet, he has the tools to succeed. The Tigers are banking on that potential, and why shouldn't they? A pitcher with MLB experience is a valuable asset, especially when you consider the inevitable injuries that will emerge as the season progresses. The reality of a long MLB season means that depth in the bullpen is crucial. Holman's arrival adds another layer of security for a Tigers team that is trying to right the ship and regain its competitive edge. If he can find his rhythm in Toledo and start dominating hitters, it wouldn't be surprising to see him donning the old English D sooner rather than later, even if the roster stays healthy. Fans should keep their eyes peeled because this could be a watershed moment for the Tigers. If Holman can translate his minor league success to the major leagues, he may well play a significant role in the Tigers' push toward a playoff berth. His addition reinforces the notion that the front office is committed to building a competitive team, one move at a time. The question remains, will Holman be the piece that tilts the scale in the Tigers' favor as they navigate the trials of the season? As we await the next piece of news regarding the Tigers, the excitement is palpable. What does this mean for the team's trajectory? How will Holman integrate into the pitching staff? One thing is for sure. The landscape of the American League is shifting, and the Tigers are positioning themselves to make a serious run. Now, let's take a look at what's next for the Detroit Tigers as they continue to navigate this pivotal season. What will the Detroit Tigers do next after a much-needed sweep? As they prepare to face the Kansas City Royals, the anticipation is palpable. After a grueling stretch that saw them lose 5 consecutive games, the Tigers turned their fortunes around with a commanding sweep against the Miami Marlins, outscoring them 16-3 over the series. This 3-game victory not only revitalized the team spirit, but also reignited hope in a fan base that has been waiting for signs of what this roster can achieve. Manager A.J. Hinch remains steadfast in his belief in the team's potential, stating, collectively, the sum of our parts is pretty good. Just because you lose a game or 2 doesn't mean it defines you. I trust this team, and I believe in this team. And who could argue with Hinch's sentiment? The Tigers displayed a formidable offensive prowess, with the long ball being a significant factor in their success. Javier Baez kicked off the series with a powerful solo shot, setting the tone for the explosive weekend. Greene, who has been a beacon of promise, hit his first home run of the season, a 3-run blast that energized the crowd and his teammates alike. Then, Dylan Dingler, Kevin McGonigle, and Kerry Carpenter all joined the party, contributing to Sunday's 8-2 victory. Among those highlights, rookie Kevin McGonigle's first career homer stood out. The 21-year-old shortstop has made waves since joining the team, raising his batting average to an impressive .322. His reaction to the homer encapsulated the passion that drives this franchise. It meant everything, especially doing it in front of this city. I love this place already, and I'm looking forward to a long future here. His enthusiasm is contagious, and it reflects the energy that fans hope will carry into the upcoming series against Kansas City. Now, looking ahead to the matchup, left-hander Framber Valdez will take the mound for the Tigers in the series opener. Valdez's recent performance has been a mixed bag. While he started strong, his last outing saw him give up 8 runs against Minnesota. However, historically, he has been effective against Kansas City, with a respectable 3.29 ERA in 9 career outings against them. Meanwhile, his opponent, Cole Ragans, has had a rocky start to the season, struggling with injuries and consistency. Coming off a thumb contusion that forced him out of a game early, Ragans is eager to prove himself, saying, "I think all of us as competitors, we want to play every chance we get." As the Royals come into this series, they're carrying their own struggles. After splitting a 4-game series with the Chicago White Sox, Kansas City has managed only 7 runs over their last 5 games, and their team batting average sits at a dismal .221. Power hitters like Vinny Pasquantino and Salvador Perez are both languishing at .153, a situation that manager Matt Quatraro acknowledges. They're expanding a little bit more than what they normally do, he noted, indicating there may be room for the Tigers to capitalize on Kansas City's struggles. The upcoming 3-game series against the Royals presents a critical opportunity for the Tigers to build on their recent success and solidify their standing in the Central Division. As fans, we know how important it is to maintain that momentum, especially against a division rival. The energy of a sweep is infectious, and a strong showing against Kansas City could be the catalyst this team needs to assert themselves in the league. So, where are you watching from as the Tigers gear up for this pivotal series? Drop your location in the comments, and let's rally behind our team. Make sure to subscribe for updates, and share your thoughts on how the Tigers will fare against the Royals. This is an exciting time to be a fan, and together, we'll ride this wave of optimism.